Falchagou Gali Antur.
Bienvenue à votre émission de musique celtique, écossaise et irlandaise. Avec vos animateurs,
Le quartier maître Bruce Sinclair.
et la cartographe Margaret McLennan.
Vous y entendrez de la musique, mais aussi des petites capsules culturelles, des rires et des foleries.
Et naturellement, n'oubliez surtout pas de préparer votre chat, car nous aurons notre traditionnel toast, bien entendu.
Alors, montez le volume, asseyez-vous confortablement. Votre émission hebdomadaire commence maintenant.
Bonsoir à tous et bienvenue à une autre émission du Gali Antur. Ce soir, musique, mur à mur encore une fois. Très légère animation au départ pour vous mettre en contexte que dans exactement, je le cite sur leur site à eux, dans 9 jours, 12 heures exactement, aura lieu le Starship Festival de Brookville. Et oui, c'est le temps d'aller voir les beaux grands navires. Un festival qui a lieu tous les 3 ans à Brookville. À date, parce que c'est toujours eux autres qui réussissent à obtenir le festival parce qu'ils pointent à chaque fois pour l'obtenir. C'est une question de points, justement de pointage. Puis c'est toujours eux autres qui ont le plus de points, donc c'est toujours eux autres qui réussissent à l'avoir. Et cette année, comme ils disent, ils ont plus de bateaux qui viennent encore une fois. Donc, il faut en profiter. Et bien entendu, il y a plein de choses qui se passent aussi durant ce festival. Il faut en profiter. Les navires présents, il y aura entre autres le Playfair, l'Ecomaris, la Belle Jeanne, le Camp Ici, le Liberty Clipper, les gardes-côtes canadiennes seront là aussi, le Letty J. Howard, le Fierté de Baltimore 2 et le Empire Sandy. Sinon, qui connaissent un petit peu le Fierté de Baltimore 2, vous l'avez actuellement à l'écran. C'est le navire que j'utilise pour représenter plus ou moins le Gali Antur. Bon, c'est une petite tricherie, j'avoue, mais c'est un Moses de Bouvolier. Donc, il sera présent justement à cet événement-là. Fait que profitez ce soir de la belle musique. Puis, je vous mets d'ailleurs le lien. Un instant, voilà. J'avais juste à aller fouiller là-dessus et vous allez voir tout ce qui va s'y passer, avec même l'horaire de la fin de semaine. Et pour ceux qui ne sont pas très forts en français, ben, le site est en anglais et en français. En haut à droite, vous pouvez changer la langue pour le voir en français. Et c'est très bien écrit en français aussi. Voilà. Alors, on y va tout de suite en musique avec Gali Antur Ballade.
Sailing through the wild storm on the Gali Antur, we go with Bruce Sinclair and Margaret McLennan. Tales of seas they sow, battling the waves that crash, brave hearts beating fast, adventures on this ship, stories that will forever last. From the shores of old Scotland to the lands across the sea, the Gali Antur takes us where no one else would be. From pirates and sea monsters to treasure buried deep, Bruce and Margaret fearlessly sail with secrets they will keep. Oh, the Gali Antur, a vessel so grand with Bruce and Margaret, sailing hand in hand, they sing of epic sails and the oceans they roll, the legends of the sea, forever our hearts will
Rat went out to ride, diddly-da, diddly-day, to go looking for a bride, diddly-idle-day. He went to Miss Mouse's door, diddly-da, diddly-day, where he'd often been before, diddly-idle-day. He said, Miss, are you within? Diddly-da, diddly-day. Yes, kind sir, I sit and spin, diddly-idle-day. He took her upon his knee, diddly-da, diddly-day, and said, will you marry me, diddly-idle-day? Oh, where will the wedding be, diddly-da, diddly-day, yonder in that hollow tree, diddly-idle-day. And what will the supper be, diddly-da, diddly-day, fried flies and a black-eyed pea, diddly-idle-day. Mr. Rat was dressed in green, diddly-da, diddly-day, and Miss Mouse looked like a queen, diddly-idle-day. The first guest was a white moth, diddly-da, diddly-day. She spread out the tablecloth, diddly-idle-day. The next was a bumblebee, diddly-da, diddly-day, played the pipes upon his knee, diddly-idle-day. The next was a Junibug, diddly-da, diddly-day, she brought in the honey jar, diddly-idle-day. The next was a reddish stick, diddly-da, diddly-day, drank so much it made her sick, diddly-idle-day. The next was a little snake, diddly-da, diddly-day, he ate almost all the cake, diddly-idle-day. The last was an old grey cat, diddly-da, diddly-day, he ate the mouse and the rat, diddly-idle-day. Left the wedding with a dance, diddly-da, diddly-day. And that was it for this romance, diddly-idle-day.
Once again with the tide, she slips her lines, turns her head and comes away. Where she lay so still, there are privateers wharf, now she quickly gathers way. She will range far south from the harbor mouth and rejoice in every way. Ooh, no, the blue nose in the sun. Feel her bow rise free, a mother spree in a sunburst powder spray. It stings the cheek while the rigging wheels reek of sea miles gone away. She is always best under full dress, hard over as she lay. Ooh, no, the blue nose in the sun. Ooh, no, the blue nose in the sun. The crowd fast plea on the Grand Bank Street, portrayed on every dime. New hard work in her time, hard work in every mind. Rich men's toys are the Gloucester boys with their token bit of cod. They snapped their spurs and strained a passer-by, but she left them all behind. Now her namesake daughter remains to show what she has been. But every schoolboy remembers and will not come again to say she's the last of the Grand Bank schooners that fed so many men. Who'll know the blue nose in the sun? Who'll know the blue nose in the sun? Child of the moving tide, be there less wet grace of the water's face of clean and quiet grind. Our own tall ship of great renown still lifts unto the sky. Who'll know the blue nose in the sun? Who'll know the blue nose in the sun? Who'll know the blue nose in the sun? Know the blue nose in the sun. Know the blue nose in the sun.
Rambling boys of Liverpool, you sailor men beware. When you sail aboard of a Yankee ship, no dungaree jumpers wear, but have a monkey jacket and keep it close at hand. For there blows the same old northwest wind on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll wash her and we'll scrub her down with holystone and sand. We'll let the flag at the gangway fly on the banks of Newfoundland. There was old man Lynch from Ballinahinch, Paddy Donnelly and John Moore. And was in the winter of 73, those sea boys suffered sore. They pawned their clothes in Liverpool, they sold them out of hand. Thinking of the cold north wind on the banks of Newfoundland, we'll wash her and we'll scrub her down with holystone and sand. And we'll let the flag at the gangway fly on the banks of Newfoundland. I dreamt a dream the other night, I thought I was at home. I dreamt that I was with my girl back home in Dublin town. A jug of ale beside me and another in my hand. When I awoke, my heart was broke on the banks of Newfoundland. We'll wash her and we'll scrub her down with holystone and sand. We'll let the flag at the gangway fly on the banks of Newfoundland, on the banks of Newfoundland.
I'd let the girls of tune so sad and broken hearted salute to father dear. Kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears just rather than off to reap the corn. Leave where I was born, could have stopped with thunder banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of books, rattling over the bogs, frightening all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, Buffalo roll. I rested them so weary, started back to let my spirits fly. The near he took a drop of the pure to keep me heart from sinking. That's the paddy's cure whenever he's on for turkey to see the lassie smile up and all the while. Up the curious style to set your heart to bubble and ask the fire was hard. Wages I required to love is nearly tired. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, Buffalo roll. To ride, I thought it such a pity to be so soon deprived of view of Lampton City. So then I took a stroll all among the quality bundle. It was stroll all in a neat locality. Something crossed my mind when I looked behind. No wonder could I find a bond. We stick a wobble inquiring after the rogue. Said me cut up rogue wasn't much in vogue on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, Buffalo roll. Never failing, landed on the cages, danced, I shook the sail, the captain let me roar, said that no room had he when I jumped aboard a cabin, found for Paddy down, I'm on the place, playing some whirly rigs, dancing funny jays of water around me, bubbling when I folly had, wished myself for dead, or better fall instead, on the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, what below the roll. The boys in Liverpool, we safely landed, called myself a fool. I could no longer stand it, blood began to boil. Temper I was losing, poor old Erin's Isle. They began abusing her rainy soul, says I'm a shillelagh, I'll fly. Go where boys were nigh, and so I was a hobbling with the loud hooray, joining in the affray. Quickly cleared the way for the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, what below the roll.
Well, it was on this Monday morning and the day becoming fine, to the Harbour Grace excursion with the boys to have a time. And just before the sailor to the gangway from the pier, I saw some fella haul me wife aboard to volunteer. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old wife cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old wife say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Hey! How he had full 300 souls aboard, oh what a splendid sight. A strong and regimental to make his spirits bright. Myself in the double from the funny things they'd say. They joke themselves from laughing when they see us in the bay. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Hey! She got no better, she turned a sickly green. I fed her cake and candy, fed pork and kerosene. Kissed her oil and sugar rock candy, rub gear oil on her face. I say she'd be a dandy when we reaches Harbour Grace. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Hey! She got no better, me wife, me darling dear. Discreet turn from a troll here, good ear and carbon air. Tried every place in Harbour Grace, tried every store and shop to get her something for her door, take her to the hop. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Hey! Oh me, oh my, I heard the old wife cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old wife say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Hey! She died below the brand, we were coming back. We buried her in the ocean, wrapped up in a Union Jack. So now I am a single man in search of a pretty face, and a woman who says she'll have me. I'm off for Harbour Grace. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard the old one say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay.
was a jolly beggar man came tripping o'er the plain. He came unto a farmer's door, a lodging for to gain. The farmer's daughter, she came down and viewed him cheek and chin. She says, he is a handsome man, I pray you take him in. We'll go no more roving, roving in the night. We'll go no more roving, let the moon shine so bright. We'll go no more roving. He would not lie within the barn, nor yet within the byre, but he would in the corner lie down by the kitchen fire. Oh, then the beggar's bed was made of good clean sheets and hay, and down beside the kitchen fire the jolly beggar lay. We'll go no more roving, roving in the night. We'll go no more roving, let the moon shine so bright. We'll go no more roving. The farmer's daughter, she got up to walk the kitchen door, and there she saw the beggar standing naked on the floor. He took the daughter in his arms and to the bed he ran. Kind sir, she says, be easy now, you waken our good man. We'll go no more roving, roving in the night. We'll go no more roving, let the moon shine so bright. We'll go no more roving. Now you are no beggar, you are some gentleman, for you have stole my maidenhead, and I am quite undone. I am no lord, I am no squire of beggars, I be one, and beggars they be robbers also, you are quite undone. We'll go no more roving, roving in the night. We'll go no more roving, let the moon shine so bright. We'll go no more roving.
for days, just laying. So everything out there can change. Time was a pill, but this pill doesn't work anymore. Now she just wants to run at each open door. So long, finally letting you go. So long, miss you like you'll never know. So long, cried all the tears that I can. Goodbye, goodbye. Some days easier than the rest. She stays under a cloud of regret. What if I could I have, should I have, what could she do? To rewind the clock and take herself back to you. So long, finally letting you go. So long, miss you like you'll never know. So long, cried all the tears that I can. Goodbye, goodbye. Now she's awake, and deep down she knows the world is wide open. She goes where she goes. Can't stay forever, you have to move on. Don't say goodbye just so long. So long, finally letting you go. So long, miss you like you'll never know. So long, cried all the tears that I can. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
There were three gypsies in a row, no, but they were bonny, yo. They sang so sweet and so complete, they stole in the heart of a lady, yo. Laddie, yo, laddie, yo, follow the gypsy laddie, yo.
It she'll take off that silken hood and put on this hat and play the yo. And you'll come over this feline neck and follow the gypsy laddie-o. Our castle sees come between, inquiring for his lady-o. On the hounds is a run and the hawk is flown, and the gypsies are war with your lady-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o. Saddle to me the black, my taste and some bed ready go. On me and drink, I wanna taste, till I get back my lady-o. He's rode east and he's rode west, till he come to yonder boggy-o. And there he spied the wheel-ford mid in the hands of the gypsy laddie-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o. swear by the sword that rings by my side, the black man shall still be-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o. When I come here, my honey and my hat, when I come here, my dearie-o, well I drive to the east of Brood, and that's in the water the weary-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o. Laddie-o, laddie-o, follow the gypsy laddie-o.
I'd say, but still the best is left. After from many she discovered his ability to live from love and air. You see, and quit his boring job. A businessman from Waterford set on his ship completely boarded. Someone threw him overboard. He shivered in the cold, but he was well, got strong like hell. He found his way, swam all the day. In Irish air you smell and see the taste of turf and taste of tea. The sandals all will ever be upon a violent heart. 'Cause in this air the clouds are in the sky and everywhere you'll find a place to start. A fisherman from Killibag, a grumpy man he always had, till he turned out to be a rag and left his life away. A teacher from the Eastern Hills, he smoked like hell, took a lot of pills till he discovered very first he banged around and ball. In Irish air you smell and see the taste of turf and taste of tea. The saddle shop will ever be upon a violent heart. 'Cause in this air the clouds are in the sky and everywhere you'll find a place to start.
Breezy with sunny spells and scattered showers, some of them heavy. During the afternoon and evening, the showers will lessen. Highest temperature 17 to 20 degrees. And there's a warning that south to southwest winds will reach gale force tonight on Irish coastal waters from Hope Head to Roach's Point to Newhead and on the Irish Sea.
From the west coast, he was a lousy party host, and then he stopped with all his boats and changed into a mate. Baker Mike from Donegal, a weedy guy, extremely small. He sold the bread till he was tall and grew right to the sky. And then Shane from Galway town was fat and clearly upset on. He went around wearing it down, he didn't give it down. He loved his dress, felt happiness. He danced around and lost 8 pounds. 8 pounds? In Irish air you smell and see the taste of turf and taste of tea. The saddest I will ever be upon a violent heart. 'Cause in this air the clouds are in the sky and everywhere you'll find a place to start. In Irish air you smell and see the taste of turf and taste of tea. The saddest I will ever be
bid great and high, and they sworn the solemn oath John Barleycorn should die. They took a plough and ploughed him down, put clods upon his heath, and they sworn a solemn oath John Barleycorn was deed. But the cheerful spring came kindly on, and showers began to fall, and John Barleycorn got up again, and sore surprised them all. The sultry sons of summer came, and he grew thick and strong. His feet we'll arm with pointed spears, that no one should do him wrong. The sober autumn entered mild, and he grew wan and pale, and his bending joints and drooping head showed he began to fail. His colour sickened mere and mere, he faded into age. His enemies, well, they began to show their deadly rage. They've taken a weapon long and sharp, and cut him by the knee, then tied him fast upon a cart like a rogue for forgery. They laid him down upon his back, and cudgelled him full sore. They hung him up before the stone, and turned him o'er and o'er. Well, they wasted o'er a scorching flame the marrow of his veins, but a miller used him worst of war, for he crushed him between twa stains, and they ta'en his very heart's blood, and drank it run and run, and still and mere they drank, their joy did mere abound. Well, John Barleycorn was a hero bold, of noble enterprise. For if ye deem it taste his blood, 'twill mark your courage rise. 'Twill mark a man forget his woe, 'twill heighten up his joy. 'Twill mark the widow's heart to sing, though the tear were in her eye. Then let us toast John Barleycorn, each man a glass in hand, and may his great posterity ne'er fail in our Scotland.
Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Oh, a bottle of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A bottle of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A bottle of rum wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Oh, a tight-waisted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A tight-waisted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A tight-waisted girl wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. Oh, a big-breasted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A big-breasted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A big-breasted girl wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Hey! Oh, a night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. A night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. A night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Hey!
He travels by the back roads, he travels by the night. Sometimes he runs from danger and sometimes he stands and fights. He fights for Scotland's glory and he fights for rights of man. With the Jacobites he took a rebel stand. And he's called the Highland Road by the soldiers of the crown. With a bounty on his head, sure they hunt him up and down. He leads a merry chase through the mountains and the glens. Rob Roy McGregor and his Highland men. He fought at Killiecrankie beside the bold Dundee. Against the English foemen to set out Scotland free. Victorious in battle and the pipes did gaily sing. Then bonnets raised for James the Stuart King. And he's called the Highland Road by the soldiers of the crown. With a bounty on his head, sure they hunt him up and down. He leads a merry chase through the mountains and the glens. Rob Roy McGregor and his Highland men. When claymores are a-clanking, you'll find them at the fore, robbing wealthy noblemen and giving to the poor. There's not a man in Scotland who can bring him to his knees. He takes their gold and cattle as he please. And he's called the ride until the devil comes to call. And he's called the Highland Road by the soldiers of the crown. With a bounty on his head, sure they hunt him up and down. He leads a merry chase through the mountains and the glens. Rob Roy McGregor and his Highland men. And he's called the Highland Road by the soldiers of the crown. With a bounty on his head, sure they hunt him up and down. He leads a merry chase through the mountains and the glens. Rob Roy McGregor and his Highland men.
Sally, my dear, it's you I'd be kissing. Oh, Sally, my dear, it's you I'd be kissing. She smiled and replied, you don't know what you're missing. Oh, Sally, my dear, I wish I could wed you. Oh, Sally, my dear, I wish I could wed you. She smiled and replied, and you say I misled you. If all the young men were hares on the mountain, if all the young men were hares on the mountain, how many young girls would take guns and go hunting? If the young men could sing like blackbirds and thrushes, if the young men could sing like blackbirds and thrushes, how many young girls would go meet in the bushes? If all the young men were fish in the water, if all the young men were fish in the water, how many young girls would undress and dive after? But the young men are given to frisking and fooling. But the young men are given to frisking and fooling. So leave them alone and attend to my schooling.
I'm a lone rover, far from home. But I don't want to live my whole life all alone. But my home is a place where I want to go, to forget everything sad and let my soul to be glad. Ulrika, I came to you every night and every day. Ulrika, I want to see you again. Ulrika, I miss
you, I love you, please open your door for me. Oh, Rick, I came to you every night and every day. Oh, Rick, I wanna see you again. Oh, Rick, I miss you, I need you, I love you. Your whiskey and beer will heal my pain. Your door every time it's open, but I don't see you. I feel my heart is broken.
Straits of Japan since we left our good country a long time ago.
We've seen treasures plenty and the promised land, but we're glad to be bound for the Ireland we know. We'll cross the seas till we reach Kinsale, then round the south to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of the our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland.
and the storm always sound. When we head for our country from a long time ago, we'll sail the North Channel as we're going all the way round. We've 2 ports until back to Ireland we'll go. We'll cross the seas till we reach Kinsale, then round the south to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of Niama, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland.
To Ireland
we'll go. We'll fold up the mainsail and take down the mast. When we come to our country from a long time ago, we're hoping our ale and our spirits to last. We've 2 seas until back to Ireland we'll go. We'll cross the seas till we reach Kinsale, then round the south to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of Niama, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland.
To Ireland
we'll go. Well, no more the sea spray shall tangle my hair when I'm back in my country from a long time ago. But I know I'll soon long for the smell of salt air, and away from my homeland, from Ireland we'll go. Then we'll cross the seas till we reach the seas, and round the south to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of Niama, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland.
To Ireland
we'll go. Oh, we'll cross the seas, we'll reach, then round and round to the shores of Dunglow. By the blessings of Niama, our travels won't fail. We've a fortnight until back to Ireland. To Ireland,
To Ireland
to Ireland we'll go.
Le curé de Camaret a les couilles qui pendent. Le curé de Camaret a les couilles qui pendent. Et quand il s'assoit dessus, elle lui rentre dans le cul. Il bande, il bande, il bande, il bande, il bande. Sur la place de Camaret, y a la statue d'Hercule. Sur la place de Camaret, y a la statue d'Hercule. Le maire les conseillait quand le soir est venu. L'encule, 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 l'encule. Le maire de Camaret a acheté un âne. Le maire de Camaret a acheté un âne républicain pour enculer les putains. Quel âne, quel âne, quel âne, quel âne.
down to Port Law. I walked into a dimly pub and suddenly I saw the sheiks, they were so rosy and golden was her hair. She had to be an Irish girl cause she looked so goddamn fair. She took me by her lovely hand and whispered in my ear, I'll guide you up to heaven if you'll order me a beer. Seconds later I found myself beside this pretty lass, wanting thoughts in my head and a nail in my glass. Hey dear, come on, won't you spend another two? One for me and one for you. The truth says she will fill you up and ask you to pay. But I drink my pint and say fuck off, cause that's my Irish way. A little drunk, I went to take a piss. When I came back I saw two girls having a French kiss. The girls, they were me nearer, could this really be? The Irish way is finally dawning on me. When we drank the final pint, the girls asked me to pay. They promised me to meet outside at Lower Castle's Way. When they left I took the bill, the girls have set me up. They left me with an empty purse and sick to the gut.